So we have a very interesting guest here.
It's more than interesting.
Yeah.
It's more than interesting.
I've been looking forward to this interview for a pretty long time. There's this phrase, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Stronger, yeah.
And I've been looking at this gentleman and I've been looking at that phrase. His name is not much to that phrase. What doesn't kill you
Would make you stronger, yeah.
And for me, who wants to own a bank in future, I want to learn tips on how to own a bank.
Owning a bank 101. How to hold a bank, how to keep a bank, how to hide from the bank, how to go to court for a bank, and how to come back and take your bank. It's a full.
I like that one.
How to come back and take your bank.
For you to
So few.
I mean, the bank that I want to invest on, and that's what he had previously.
Yes.
I'm sure people might have heard the story behind the bank. Some call him Alhaji Seidu, some call him the biggest philanthropist in Ghana, some call him the big businessman, a philanthropist, an entrepreneur. He has several companies. Me, for example, I want to know how he's able to manage several companies at the same time. Is he a superman or he has special God-given skills? Ladies and gentlemen,
Alhaji Seidu Agongo. I have my very first question would be, Alhaji, do you sleep?
Yes, I do.
How long do you sleep?
Maximum is 6 hours.
Yes. You are having meetings at 4:30.
Maximum is 6 hours.
6 hours.
Yes.
It's gone down. Alhaji, I was with you.
Yes.
We start texting at 4:30 a.m.
Yes.
So when do you sleep before it's 6? Because we would have texted you around 12 to if there was an emergency.
Yes.
And 1 o'clock, if possible, a call.
Yes.
So 1 to 4:30 is less than 6 hours.
Yes. Yeah, but baby, you should get to understand this. Human capacity is something that we have to look at it carefully, because you could imagine a woman that gives birth to a fresh baby. She doesn't sleep. So human potential goes beyond sleeping. Is nothing. It's not something that is a must.
Is it true that how do rich men sleep? In fact, let me ask you, how do rich men?
I normally don't want to talk about richness because, at the end of the day, sometimes talking about richness, who is rich? It has a lot of questions, a lot of implications, and a lot of things, because me using a nice car doesn't mean I'm rich. Being a nice house doesn't mean I'm rich. For all you know, all those things are bank money. So when you say rich, sometimes I get confused. You understand me? Yeah.
Sometimes all that we see is bank money.
Yes.
Settings. It's a loan.
It's a loan. All we see is fraud money. All we see is scam. I don't know what I get to what I'm meaning.
I understand.
Yeah, so that doesn't make you rich.
Okay.
I hope you are getting what I'm meaning. Yeah, it doesn't make you rich because you didn't work for the money. So the money will not last. It's just temporary. And we say rich because we've seen temporarily that the person is riding a nice car, is in a nice house, his kids are just going to some school. I hope you are getting what I mean. Yes, but when we say rich, it should be sustenance. You should be able to sustain it. Transition to a more greater height. That's what we call success.
So are you of the view that seeker ability?
Yes, I'm of that view, because at the end of the day, money, what has Dede got to do with money? No. Money is quiet. Yes.
It doesn't like noise.
No. Because the fact is that, why making noise? Those who are making noise, it's either they want to use it to draw attention, for people to get attracted to them, so that they can use it to take the people's money. I don't want to say scam people. There are a lot of people who use people's money to work. And there are a lot of people who go to social media just wanting to know, okay, I have this money. Can I give it to Alhaji Seidu? Yes, because I've seen Alhaji Seidu showcase his house, his car, his properties. So when I give that money to Alhaji Seidu, it means that anytime I call in for that money, I'll get the money back. So they'll use that to accumulate a lot of wealth from people and to showcase that they are rich. I hope you are getting me, which is not bad. It's not bad because if you look at it critically, real money you can borrow, you can take from somebody, put it into a meaningful investment to be able to generate more and pay. But it's only when you pick it from people with the perception that this money you are not going to pay or you are going to go through so many difficulties. That is when it becomes a problem. And we've seen so many of those things happening in Ghana here. I hope you are getting what I mean, Bernard. Yes, it's not entirely bad, but it depends on your expenditure and the inflow of the money. Because whatever money that you get, you have to spend to generate more. But if the expenditure becomes more, based on the fact that you are using people's money to finance businesses or activities that is not related to the business, becomes a problem. That is, I borrow money from people or take people's money or go to bank to borrow money and use it for, I don't know, I don't want to say anything that will make people feel like Alhaji is criticizing us. But of course, you understand me because let's assume I have 5 cars in Ghana. What's the need for 5 cars? You understand me? One person. What's the need? What's the point? I don't know whether you're getting what I mean. Okay, somebody will say, okay, if this car's for, but at the end of the day, what's the point? Because the fact is that the money is to be invested into a business to generate more money. You understand me? But those cars, you are just driving it yourself, going up and down. You understand me? So some people will have the cars just because I want BB or Bernard to see Alhaji use different car today. Yes. The next day, another car. The next day, another car. The next day, another car. But, making money is brain work. It's wisdom. It's knowledge. It's not what I project to you. Because you have to think. Sleepless nights. Think of what to do, what not to do. And even when you take an act and it's a mistake, how do I come back as quickly as possible to correct my mistakes? We have to know this. Because there's a proverb that says that if you are in the wrong train, you don't go far. You get down at the next junction because if you go far, the cost it will take you
to come back,
very expensive. So personally, I have to be very honest with you. Richness and this, I don't want to go there because some of the richness that we see, people say it's fake. I have to be very honest with you. There's really no money there. Because when you balance what he owns the bank, what he owns other people, you end up even seeing that his coffin will be sold. Yes, that's the reality. No, that's the reality. I hope you are getting me. Because social media has made it such a way that sitting here talking, people say, oh, I wish I'm this man. Mm-hmm. You understand me? I wish I'm that man. But it's not like that. For all you know, most of my money I'm holding now is bank money. Or somebody has sent money from London, from US, wherever. Alhaji used to do this and I've defrauded a person. And the car I'm sitting in, that's the person's money. And you are seeing that thinking Alhaji is rich. I don't see that rich.
Alhaji, may I ask, is this kind of thinking or type of direction because of where you're coming from? Because it's a picture of you sitting on this cargo truck with goods and on your way from the north to Accra. Mm. Was it this kind of thinking you brought in that is why it has worked for you and you don't want to be loud about riches? Or something happened to you along the line to give you this kind of discipline in terms of how to play around with money and generate money?
Okay, personally, Like I always say, Bibi, whether you like it or not, myself and you are going to spend the rest of our life on this world, or this earth, or this solar system, or this cosmos. So the earlier you know how the world operates, the better you stay in for your benefits. I don't know whether you're getting what I mean. Because whether you like it or not, once your mom that give birth to you, Bibi, you are going to stay on this earth and end your life here. So when you know how the world operates, you live better. So first point of call is to study how the world operates, or how the earth, where we are now, the cosmos, the solar system, study how it operates. Once you study and get to understand how it operates, then you know how best to navigate, able to end successfully. So personally, I have realized that money or success and noise is a different ballgame altogether. You don't mix it. So if you see anybody sitting down say, "Oh, I've got 10 houses, I've got 5 houses," no, it doesn't work. And so what? Do you take care of us all in Ghana? If you die today, won't we survive with your 10 houses? We will still survive. Nobody even care. They will not even notice you are dead. You understand me? Secondly, success is to make an impact. Success is not to talk about how many cars you have, how many houses you have, how many girlfriends you have, how many wives you got. No, it's to make an impact in the society you come from. That is to create jobs, to help people who are going through all manner of lives. Because if you wake up, there are people who are struggling to pay school fees. There are people who can't even get 1 square meal a day. There are people who goes to the hospital just wanting to get medication for treatment. They can't. There are women lying on the floor to give birth. How do you make money to help those people? That's what I call success. Because you as a person, ask yourself, in your house or your bedroom, are you even able to lie on your bed? Are you able to spread yourself on the bed in its entirety? No. You just some small quantity. That is where you. So I see success as something that you will use that to make an impact on people. And I've studied that. And I have also seen success as being humble. Because when you get to understand life, you get to understand that human beings are meaningless. Because today you are alive, the next day you are gone. And sitting here with me and you, we don't even know what will happen within the next second. Even 2 months back, I never knew one day I'll sit here to be interviewed. So if you look at us as human beings, what we can predict in our life is just 5%. 95% of happening in our life, we can't predict it. So how then do you become so sure of certain things that sometimes you talk and make it feel as if without you, nothing happens on this earth? So most of my studies or most of my analysis on this universe, it has helped to shaping me to become who I am today. Based on my daily experiences, the occurrence in my life, and what I go through. Yes. I hope I've answered what you want. Or Bibi, do you need further
It's
clarification?
becoming interesting because it's now becoming a, should I say, we are taking lessons from you. How to stay quiet and how to maneuver.
Yes.
Have you always been quiet?
Personally, I'm a quiet person. Because I don't know what do I even have to talk about. I don't know. Something has to challenge me. Because I would like, if I meet BB and we are talking, we should talk about something that will progress all of us to be able to make impacts. Because like I said, BB sitting here or Bernard sitting here, you're a product of your dad, mom and dad. You understand me? They might be proud of you because of how much they spend money to invest in you. And if you are achieving success in life, they'll be proud of you. Likewise, if they have spent same money to assist others, they'll be proud. That is it. Because can you imagine Kwame Nkrumah? What would Kwame Nkrumah be proud of today is the independence that he made Ghana to get. I don't know whether you're getting me. What would maybe other people, you'll be proud of what the impact you make in people. You'll not be proud of your possession because it's meaningless. I don't know whether you're getting me. Because during Kwame Nkrumah's time, they were rich people. Where are they now? And like I was even telling somebody, the Laboni encantonment that we are now developing, those developing those places are not the indigenous. So those that were supposedly successful that were staying there, they don't buy the properties. So it's people who come from different places to come and buy the properties. I don't know whether you're getting what. So it means that it's always being recycled. So at the end of the day, your success today or your richness today might not be richness in 10 years, 20 years, or 25 years to come. So what's the point in making noise?
So tell us about your growing up. Where did you grow up from? Were you born in a well-to-do family?
No, I'll say my dad was a bit okay. That's what I'll say about my dad. But I never stayed with my dad. I stayed in Birmingham. Yes, I stayed in Birmingham with an uncle who's a military person, 5 years. Yes, that's where I stayed. So it wasn't easy though, but I'll say it's worth it because it has evolved me to become who I am today. My problem with today's upbringing is that we pamper our kids too much. Sometimes you make it look as if we are going to be there for the kids forever. What brings success is the hardship that we go through. It's only when you go through hardship that you as a human, you can think, you can flourish, you can become your true self. Sitting here is because of the circumstances that I have gone through. Those circumstances has evolved me, Seidu Agongo, to become who I am today. But if you look at the modern day upbringing of a child, we even give our kids options as to the car they should use, as to the school we want to take them to, as to the shoes, the dress. Okay, you are giving your kid options to choose which car to drive. On monies that the kid didn't make, you made it. And your money, no matter how rich you are, you can't sustain it till 2 generations if you don't train the kids well. When you are off, the money is gone.
I can that line again. If you don't what the 2 generations,
the money is gone. If you don't train the kids well. Because the fact is that these kids that you think that you are giving them the best, you are pampering them. And in pampering, it doesn't make the brain to think. I don't know what you're getting me. Just imagine that today, Bibi, everything you want in life, you get it. What do you have to think? Everything you want to get it.
Soft life.
Yes, soft life. How do you understand me? So you don't think. It's only when there's difficulties, that is where creativity sets in. That is where good imaginations and good thoughts and good plans comes in. Because there's hardship. But when everything is at your beck and call, how do you evolve all these systems that God has created in you? Because human beings, God has given us all systems that can be awakened when there's difficulties. But soft life, it kills it. It doesn't work.
Did barracks have any effect on you in any way? Did it help you with the discipline? Because when you say soldier, and you even mentioned it, you even mentioned the figures 5B and
yes.
Did it have a real impact on you, barracks life?
Yes.
Living with a soldier.
Yes. I've realized that to succeed, you have to be very disciplined. You have to be able to hold yourself. You have to be able to tell yourself that I don't need this. I don't want this. Or this is not necessary now. Let me look at something else. Discipline is the fundamental, important thing that you have to adapt when you want to succeed.
How do we explain this to the everyday youth and people who look up to you? Discipline, and he's a no-nonsense person and he's impatient. How do we, because when they say Alhaji, the first thing that comes like, Alhaji, right now. Or if you want money, Alhaji will give it to you. But when Alhaji wants this pint of blood, is there a difference or it's one? How do we break in between them?
Yes, Bibi, if you look at it, the fact is that, see Bibi as somebody who has come on this earth, and one day Bibi will know me more, no more. You have a time span, and whether you like it or not, they are time wasters. There are people who just come and waste your time. Wasting your time, a typical example is a man and a woman. The man will say, I'll marry you, and later on say, oh no, I've changed my mind. It's waste of time.
You're right.
No, later I'll change. No, that's the reality.
You're right.
No, later I'll change. No, that's the reality. At what point did you say you're interested in me? At what point did you say you're not interested in me? And look at the years gap. How old am I now? Where do I start? Where do I pick up from? It's waste of time. The same thing applies to business. You've set up your business because the business is in multiple. It's not one. You cannot do everything by yourself. You give it to somebody that come and help manage it for me. The person should understand the fact that this is an investment that somebody has toiled to set up. And also understand the fact that I don't have that as I'm here now, as of now. And if you don't have, appreciate what others have and have given you the opportunity to manage and grow. But I realize that the person will come and say, okay, I want maybe $3,000 a month. And I'll manage it. Knowing very well that he cannot even bring the return that will be quantified to $3,000. So what have you done? You are just coming to help collapse me more, indebt me more. When I'm giving you the opportunity to evaluate yourself on day-to-day basis. And I give you opportunity 30 days. So Monday, you couldn't reason. Tuesday, you couldn't reason because it's everyday reasoning. No, it's everyday reasoning. Cumulatively. Everyday reasoning, cumulatively. Everyday correction, cumulatively. Everyday discipline, cumulatively, makes you a successful person. So all the 30 days, you couldn't reason. You couldn't come out with any initiatives. You couldn't tell me that, okay, let's go this way, let's go this way. Your issue is you are just present in the name of managing. How does that work? I don't know whether you're getting me. It doesn't work. I don't know whether you're getting me. So realize that the world has become a globe. So as you are not doing it, other people are doing it somewhere and they're succeeding. You understand me? And of course, mosque or church is not the answer. The answer is you. You have to turn into you as a person. And note that Alhaji sitting here, I'm not more than you. You're all human. I'm not more than you. Trust me, Bernard Bibi. Whatever I have achieved, you can even double it because you have seen how I think, how I reason, how I work. So if you want to get more than me, you double it. But if you're not ready to double it, you're not ready to sacrifice, you're not ready to be disciplined, you're not ready to hold yourself, to say, no, this nightclub, I won't go to nightclub. I won't go and spend more than I earn. I need to ensure that this particular month I save this 5 cedis by 12, 60. I need to ensure that 5 years' time, I don't live in a rented house. I need to ensure that I don't spend my lifetime paying money to a landlord to defray the cost of his house. All these things you have to put into good use. But if you don't think like that, you'll be 70 years and you'll be asked, what is your greatest mistake? And the person will tell you, I wish I'm of your age, 15 years. Because a whole lot of lifetime is gone. So life is a real thing. And trust me, I can tell you that a lot of our older men, they've regretted life. If you ask them, and they have to be straightforward with you, they'll tell you, I wish I'm your age.
Do you have any regrets in life?
Personally, no. Because I take decisions based on what happens to me. like as you're sitting here talking to me now, my decision is based on the fact that I need to talk for people to also listen to me, to also enhance their lives. Because I believe that it's only when I succeed, Bibi succeed, Bernard succeed, that makes the world a better place. I don't believe that I should only be the person who is successful, driving a nice car, and I'll see Bibi take 200 Ghana cedis. No. Because the good God or whatever, the universal creation, has made success such a way that we are sitting here, I'm breathing, you are breathing, but there's enough air to sustain everybody. That's how success is. Bibi can become very successful, I can become very successful, Bernard can become very successful, and we can all coexist. And do you know the multiply effect? Multiply effect, like Bernard has his own family, own tribe, his own region, Bibi has his, I have mine. It goes and help all of us.
It's getting really interesting.
It's getting. I told you before than one time. Alex,
yes, sir.
If I may.
Yes.
So let me start. This man moves all the way from one point, comes to the barracks, runs around. Back then, if you went to Nima, you see him standing on a tipper truck, unloading tomatoes, rice. Oh yeah, and I've seen it. I mean, this one is not like I was told. I've seen so many times. So when they ask you who is the boss, you are, and they say, oh, that is it. Hey, how? Now, I wanted to throw in this one before I was actually thrown off. With all of this, at one point you are standing in a docket, in a courthouse. I'm sure the question is, how did I get here? And the whole nation, Agongo. In fact, two names became very popular.
Yes, yes.
Opuni, Agongo. It became a song. Opuni, Agongo. Good enough, I was around you at the point in time.
Yes.
Every Tuesday or Thursday, it seemed as if the courthouse became the second home. At that point in time, how did you get there? I'm sure you somewhere out there, how did Agongo get in this box?
Yes. What happens within this country is that, you know, we use social media and we use how we see people to judge them. You know, because I'm lucky to have met you. You know how I worked. And I'm sure most of the people that even prosecuted me knows how I work. But just that sometimes they feel like, okay, how can rice sales be able to make him who he is? Or where we've seen him. I hope you are getting me. Because like I said, there was once upon a time that bankers could come to my rice shop. They would spend 1 week. They can't finish counting the money. Yes. What was the reason? The reason was that I don't put so much profit into my rice sales. Just like I was telling you. I believe that whatever that I'm doing or whatever step I'm doing, I think of the steps benefit to the people. Because come to look at it, when you go to Nima, most of those who goes to buy rice, they go to the ministries, cook, sell. Because the money is not enough, they'll go in the morning, cook, sell, come back, come and buy, cook, sell. So assume that I put 50 pesos, I put 1 cedi, I put maybe 1.5 or 2 cedi on a bag. And such a woman buys such a bag of rice, goes to cook, sell. The woman is able to take care of his family, is able to take care of whatever they needs. Such a woman, even if she doesn't say God bless you, trust me, God will bless you. We always think God bless you is based on maybe somebody should open his mouth and but there's a natural law that works around us that you can't see, I can't see. Like sitting here talking to the whole world, talking to you now. The real intention brings blessing. If the intention is Alhaji to show off, it's a different thing. If the real intention is how Alhaji will talk to people to transform their lives, to become the beast in them, there's also a blessing attached to it. So people felt Heritage Bank, I wasn't the one owning Heritage Bank. They felt, I don't belong. You know, when I say metrics, do you understand? There's a metrics in the system that indicates that you have to belong to a particular family. You understand me? How can this person that maybe his grandparents were watchmen, they came to be cocoa farmers, or they came to do food pounders, or they came to push truck? But the reality of life is that those truck pushers now come 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, their kids are going to take over the country because they've gone through all cycle. And the kids, they've learned so much. But you are there pampering your kids, making it look as if you're going to be there for the kids forever. Even the source of money you are using to give luxury to those kids is dented. It's not real money. That's real money. Especially in this part of our world that there's no structures. That real money can't last. Because look at it now. You can't have any company in Ghana here that is even, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. It's difficult, unless maybe the Lebanese, the Indians, that cherish family system and they are able to bond. But a typical Ghana man, he dies today, 6 months time, the business all collapse. So people didn't believe that from nowhere in Nima to establish a bank. And he doesn't belong, he doesn't fit into the narratives. So he seems to be fronting for somebody. So let's see how best we can nail him. And that is why I was taken to court. And I always ask myself 2 questions. This that is happening to me, did I really commit something? If it's no, I'm not worried. Then I see it to be growth. Because if it's no, I see that God wants to lift me to another point. If yes, I'll be thinking about the punishment and the consequences. And I'll be ready for it. So even though I was standing trial, going to court from Monday to Thursday, 8:30 to 4:30, I knew very well. That long? Yes, I knew very well that one day I'll be acquitted and discharged. But as to how it's going to take, that is what I never know.
Going to court from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Yes.
That must be very hectic.
Yeah, very hectic, but if you want to succeed, be ready for anything.
What was going through your mind when you entered the box?
Okay, I never entered to the box because I was the last person to enter into the box. I was the last because my witnesses were presenting their cases to exonerate me, indicating that the little bit fertilizer that they are prosecuting me is a good product and it has really helped them. So I was the last person. So I think we're on the 17th witness or something. Yes, when election, change of government, and the whole thing turned to be a positive outcome.
Do you feel vindicated?
Very. And I knew one day a time like this would come. Because like I said, in life, I don't know, but let me give you an instant. If you check 12 generations, you Bernard sitting here, or Bibi sitting here, you have not less than 4,000 plus people that are you now. I don't know whether you're getting what I mean. You understand?
Come again.
12 generations. Mm-hmm. Who is Bibi now is about 4,000 people that have.
Oh, okay.
Get it out.
I hope you are getting me. That is Bibi. So the human capacity is very strong. But just that we are narrating ourselves, making it look as if, yes, God will do it, God's time is the best, all fingernails are not the same. We try to use certain terms to distract our growth success. That is how I call it. But if you look at the human potential, we are great beings. You cannot destroy and go scot-free. You cannot earn when you've not worked for. Whatever you do that you don't deserve it, the consequences is there for you to pay for it. So I knew one day a time like this will come. Just that I never know I'll one day be granting an interview, because I've always shy away from it, because I don't want people to feel like, okay, Alhaji wants to show off that he has money, or Alhaji wants, because you might not know what you say and journalists will twist it and it will bring negativity to you. That's what I was avoiding. But I knew very well that one day I will come out victorious. And sitting here, I know I will grow and become more stronger and bigger than I am now, just because of the concepts, the principles, the ideologies, the discipline, the mindset that I have. I know it will take me far, regardless of whatever that happens to me. Unless, of course, I decided to go into a wayward life that will distract it. Other than that, it's like I'm on the path, and I'll definitely get there.
Do you have bitterness in you, looking at what you have put through in the last 8 years?
No, you don't have to be bitter. Why do you have to be bitter? Because sitting here today, the bad things and the good things cumulatively shape you up. So, if you are bitter about the bad things, you wouldn't have gotten to where you've gotten now. So you don't have to be bitter. It's all experience. Because we are to experience life. We are not to avoid life. So whatever that has happened to me, the courts, sleepless night without food, walking from here to Ebri, from Bemakam to Ebri, all these things has helped to shape me.
Where are you working from? Where are you working from Bemakam to Ebri?
No money to join car. Don't see. Yes. So I get involved in whatever I do, and at any point, I don't see myself different from my workers, because the fact is that you get to understand the work more when you try to be in the position of the workers that you are working with. So go on to the top on the truck, help lift the rice, help carry the oil, then you appreciate more. And life is said that once you get involved, your spirit energizes the work, and before you see, the work flourishes. But once you separate from the work is left alone, and it doesn't go well.
Yeah. Sure. Alhaji, you said something that was striking.
Yes.
I'm still thinking.
Yes.
How many years would a Ghanaian business go? Immediately the person passes on. If you're not careful, that's the end of the business. For a successful businessman, you wouldn't say, but people would say it for you. If you were to meet a president or a leader of a country, coming from that ideology that it's only Indians who still strive after 20, 30 years, you hardly get a Ghanaian who's been, or a family name that has been there for that long. What would you advise the president in terms of for the business fraternity?
I sincerely think the earlier we as Ghanaians wake up to the reality, the better it is for us. If you go to Nigeria, whatever Dangote has is not his own money as Dangote money. There are other people that have invested. And the investment is not based on the fact that his brother is Dangote, his sister is Dangote. I don't know whether you're getting me. A typical Ghana man or African leaders, we take decisions based on attachment. When I say attachment, do you understand me?
Please break it down.
Okay, attachment is, this person is my son, this person is my daughter, this person is my cousin, I like this person. We don't take decision based on the wisdom of the person, based on the knowledge of the person, based on the humility of the person, based on the fact that this person is modest. If I help invest in his business, he will not consume my money. In fact, we even take decision based on the fact that the way the person drives his car, he has a lot of cars. Means so all those ones are debts. I don't know whether you're getting me. Immediately you start take decision based on attachment. That is the failing point. Because you're taking decision because of your closeness. And the same decision is taken and we destroy our kids. We take decision because he's been in my womb for 9 months. But what has that got to do with the upbringing of the person? Because the person is to experience life. And life is such that the more you experience it, the more you gather the wisdom, the knowledge, the ability to be able to conquer it. So until we take decisions based on the fact that the wisdom, the knowledge, I don't even know him anywhere, but I think this person is worth my support, you go nowhere. If I'm taking a decision based on the fact that even though this lady, that is my girlfriend, she's dumb, but because she's my lady, I have to just support her. What are you doing? Or this is my daughter. Even though my daughter, I know he's not good. And we always know because the instinct, God has given us this ability that whether education or no education, trust me, you're able to tell whether somebody is intelligent, somebody is not intelligent. What I'm saying, if it's real, you're able to know. And we always know, but we decide to use attachment as a covering point. I might decide, okay, I'm investing in Bibi because Bibi is a friend. I like the fact that he's always in black. What has that got to do with his wisdom, knowledge, level of business understanding? It's got nothing. Bibi is somebody that is a classmate. Just that. So how will the business grow because the person is a classmate?
Alhaji would choose wisdom and knowledge over loyalty.
Yeah, loyalty is good. So you have to always ensure that those who are loyal, you take them through the thinking ability, the understanding of life, the experiences that they will go through in their own way to be able to gather the wisdom and knowledge. Because there are people like sitting here now. There are certain things that when I'm to do and I look back, I won't do. In fact, there are people that I help based on the fact that what I went through, I understand them. Like somebody sent a text, I need 500 Ghana cedis. I understand what he means that he needs 500 Ghana cedis. I haven't eaten the whole day. I understand. Yes. But if you take somebody who is loyal but dumb, it means that you have to be thinking for the person. It becomes a big problem. Because the fact is that I'm sending you to go to Abri, or I'm sending you to go to America to go and transact business for me, or go to Dubai, or go to Singapore to go and transact. I'm not there to be able to experience what you're experiencing, to be able to take decisions in my favor. So you need that wisdom to be able to take decisions that will help me. Yes, you're loyal to me, but what is the essence of being in Singapore and being loyal to me here? Yes, you not leave me, you be with me, but I don't like the sort of loyalty that you be with me and collapse me. There's that loyalty. I hope you are getting me. The person will always be there for you, but you sink. So you need to know how best to build the two: loyalty, wisdom, and how to grow. Because in any case, you need people that will be close to you that one day you can say, okay, let me set up this for you to take care of it for me. So it's all good. But we need to blend the two so that we can make it more useful. Bernard, are you okay? Or you prefer the loyalty aspect of it? Yes, you need wisdom. Because sitting here talking to you now, it's not loyalty that I'm using to talk to you. Or is it loyalty?
No, lots of wisdom.
Yes. And the wisdom, I had it through experiences. Yes. Hunger, every aspect of it is part of it. You understand me? You walk a whole lot. So,
what's the most painful moment of your story? The entire story that you've been through?
that people think that whatever that I've worked for doesn't belong to me.
That's deep. That impression is still there.
Yes.
Has it not been erased by now?
No, people. Okay, I don't know because I'm not in people to understand whatever they've erased or whatever is there. But some people feel like, okay, like I was telling somebody when Kuro invited me to Yoko, they printed the entirety of my companies. They used that to go to Register General to check, and they used that to go to, not Register, to go to Lands Commission to check my properties. So I went, before I realized, All my companies were there. All my land documents that I bought years back were there. All my bank accounts and the balances were all there. And one of the crew guys asked, Alhaji, have a seat. I said, okay, can you explain to me that you have all this by yourself? I said, I don't understand. He said, oh, can you explain to me that you are the owner of all these landed properties, all these companies, and all these monies in the various accounts?
A property audit on you?
Yes, because the fact is that they needed to know the source of your fund because of Heritage Bank. Because they thought Heritage Bank belonged to a particular class of people. They don't understand.
May I ask, like, what does it take to own a bank? Because now I'm trying to find what is the definition or the picture that is attributed to someone who owns a bank.
When it comes to institutionalized, you go through a process. But when it comes to our political system, they will use perception to nail you or to judge you. In my case, they were using perception. Because I don't look it. And like I said, I don't belong. I don't fit into the metrics. You understand me? I'm using 2012 Land Cruiser. I hope you are getting what I mean. That is it. You understand me? And you have no way, you can't differentiate that. That is how it is. And until we change, it means that we're not going anywhere, because His Excellency Brad John will also decide that, okay, somebody also doesn't deserve something. So should I close it? And the more you close, the more Ghanaians suffer. Because one person opens and, let's say, employs about 1,000 people. So 1,000 people benefit from the one person's effort. You take decisions to bring the one person down. And what happens to the thousands of people? So we act based on the fact that they say, oh, the system has to work. Ghana is a law-abiding country. But they can use the law to mess you up. So I don't know whether I've answered, or you still want me to go deeper into maybe. Yeah, so basically that is it.
And that perception that you're not the owner of all that you built still haunts you.
Yeah, it makes me feel like it means that I have to be loud. Maybe it's now that I'm talking that people will get to understand the level of my thinking. People will get to understand, oh, yes. Because when you're quiet, people think, oh, this guy doesn't know anything. He doesn't understand what he's doing. It's not for him. How can he own a bank? You can't even find his picture on social media. You understand me? How can all this money belong to him? But when you're even looking for him, you can't see him. So it's now that a lot of people send me text messages, oh, I know you, but I'm now getting to understand the sort of person you are. Yes, and I think if I had known you earlier, I would have asked the government to support you more to become who you want to become. So I said to myself, the fact that you don't know doesn't mean you should destroy. And you've got all the systems. There's BNI, there's police. You can investigate. Because I don't hide. I said I went to Adontin Secondary School, Form 1 to Form 5. I went to Laboni 6th Form. I stayed in Bema Camp. I did my rice business in Nima. I've said all these things. I used to buy rice from CCTC, Stallion, Olam. I used to do all these things. Go and check my history. How many bags of rice was I buying from them? Go to Tema. Check how many containers of oil was I bringing from Malaysia. Go to Tema. Check how many vessels or how many containers of rice was I bringing from Vietnam. All these things are there for you to check. But as it is, if they want to nail you, they say, Bibi, why are you wearing black? Yes, and they'll nail you. I hope you are getting me. Yes, what happened to me now, I wish it never happens to anybody. Because it brings the country backward. Yes, and it demoralizes. And it makes you have alternative means, because it makes you ask yourself, is Ghana worth me making money and investing in Ghana? Or I should travel with it? Because these days, taking money out of the system, it's happening. The experts, they are doing it. Even now, people use Momo to even take money out of the country. So I'm hoping it doesn't happen to anybody, because 8 years is a long rope in court. Because once you also have problem with government, people presume that the system doesn't like you. So no business work. Accounts were closed, frozen. So it means that your own money, you can't even take it out. You go to open an account, and banker says no. You have credibility issues. A whole lot of this.
I know the answer is no in my head, but after all this you see, would you ever get into politics?
Politics? I'm not a politician, I'm a businessman.
Yes, but I just say at a point in time, after all the business, there's this edge of either becoming a chief or going into politics. It seems as if it's become like a norm now.
No, what happens is that personally, I don't intend, I'm a businessman. I believe in the spirit of business, and I believe in supporting. Even though I can't tell what God has for me. You understand me? It's one step at a time. But all I can say emphatically is that giving back to society, impactfulness, and a businessman that I was born to be, that is what I want to be. Because I believe that if some of us enter into politics, it will be difficult, because I don't know how to pretend. You understand me? I don't know how to fake. I don't know how to lie. I don't know how to give excuses, because if I'm to be a politician now, agree could be something that even if I have to, agree could be something that I'll look at. Because ask yourself, who doesn't eat? How much of your revenue or your salary enters into agree or food? You understand me? Yes. So why are we not developing it? Why is food so expensive? In Ghana especially. When you go to London and the US, what makes them solid is food. Very cheap. But Ghana, why? That poultry products we import. Beef we import. Sugar we import. Rice we import. Meanwhile, we have a lot of labor force that we can use to channel into this production. Why are we not doing it? Or why is it that even when we are doing it, we want to make more money than the program itself? And where are you going with the money? Because history indicates that no politician has made money and sustained it. No politician. You can come and let's debate in Ghana here. Tell me a politician that you think from Kwame Nkrumah's time, or let's even go to Gordon Gordonsberg's time, till date, has made money and sustained it. No matter how much, the billions. You can't sustain it. Your kids can't sustain it. Your generational kids can't sustain it. So why don't you ensure that the work you are doing makes an impact on the people, so that they can also survive and achieve their dream, their goal? So that is the difficulties.
We're getting to the close of it, but Alhaji, how do we impact all this knowledge to this new generation who are being pampered, who are being told this and that, who have a different way of reasoning, especially with the fact that you have a chain of radio stations or a communication platform? How do we transfer your kind of thinking, which claims success, which has shown that if you go this way, you would get here? How do we tell the future, the young generation, how do we impact this information to them and let it stick with them?
It's about we being strong. I think most parents are not strong. They easily give up. But as a father, I'm a principled person. Very principled, because at the end of the day, I'm training my child to one day take over from me. And you can't train the by pampering the child. You let him understand the difficulties. And once there's difficulties, you think of alternative solutions to issues. But I realize that some of the parents we always give up. Because we think, okay, we've made so much, so why don't I allow the kids? But don't forget the fact that the kid or your daughter or your son is in competition with himself. When I say competition with himself means that yesterday, the day before yesterday, and today he wants to always be better off. And being better off is the day-to-day decisions that he takes. So I think we as parents, if we really want to leave legacy, leave whatever we want to leave for our kids, we have to be very, very strong and be able to let the kids know this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. If we are not ready to do that, and we are ready to give open check to our kids that, okay, because you are my daughter, because you are my son, you can do whatever you want. Trust me, you will not go anywhere. Because look at our economy. It doesn't work. If you compare us to places like the Japan, they still maintain their culture. Ghana here, we are now like America. Yes, we've thrown everything away, and we are just using social media to guide ourselves. So I think we have to be very strong and we have to be disciplined to know what we want. Because look at it now. I'll prefer my kid to even know how to go into farming than to speak English. What is the benefit of English? Can you tell me? That is different from Chi, Akan language, or Gan. What's the difference? Because English is communication, or communicating. And communicating is creating a common understanding between two. Yes. Chi too does the same thing. Gan does the same thing. So, can you imagine a country whereby English is compulsory? At Greek, the food we eat is optional. Oh, you don't understand what I'm saying. Oh, baby, you don't get what I'm meaning. Baby, don't you understand?
English is compulsory.
English is compulsory. No, it's not compulsory. That is the country that we live in. So, how can this country grow if we are not strong? We are not strong and come out with systems. So, personally, that's what I think. This is my opinion, though. All that I've said here, that's my personal opinion. Yes.
How many businesses do you have?
Oh, I think about 15. 15.
And how are you able to keep a close eye and make sure all of them succeed?
So, when it comes to business, like I always tell most of my workers, because of our attitude as Ghanaians, it's difficult to enforce into generations revenue. It's difficult. At least, even me, people think Alhaji is too difficult. You understand me? So, the other way is to look at expenditure. So I ensure that each of my subsidiary, before money goes out, I'll do my checks and balances to be sure that the invoice that I'm going to approve is not a Boso kind invoice that they'll say, oh, how much do you think I should write on the invoice? Because most of our young guys or most of our workers, that is what they rely on. And that is what is killing our initiatives. They'll find ways and means of either over-invoicing or either bringing fake invoice. And before you realize the business is collapsed because the expenditure is more than the revenue. And the expenditure is always the value of the product. Let's assume that this is your cameras. If it's 2,000, it means that that's the value, that's the worth. If you inflate it to 4,000, it means that the camera will end up spoiling and you'll not be able to recover the entirety of the cost of the camera. So what's the point? But if you look at Ghana here now, that is it. They'll bring you invoice. You go into the market to go and check, and you'll be shocked. Some is 100%, some is 150%, some is 200%. If you talk, people say, Ghana with it. Yes, that's the issue. That's the reality. You understand me? If you don't tackle the reality, and you are window dressing, you'll not get anywhere.
So, Alhaji, as a businessman, there is a certain
100%, some is 150%, some is 200%. If you talk, people say, Ghana with it. Yes, that's the issue. That's the reality. You understand me? If you don't tackle the reality, and you are window dressing, you'll not get anywhere.
So, Alhaji, as a businessman, there is a certain disturbing growth. We are going for foreigners to manage our businesses now, Indians. And what is your take on that? Is it advisable? Is it encouraging? Would it help us eventually? It's even gone down to masons. People want to bring masons from Ivory Coast, Togo. What is happening to the Ghanaian worker for a businessman?
Yes, so that's why I said until we sit up, just like I was giving an example of East Legon, Laboni and Cantonment, you see that the indigents will be sidelined and foreigners will take over. Because can you ask yourself that a Lebanese is able to bring his fellow Lebanese and they pay him $5,000 a month, and they're able to get revenue, profit to pay that Lebanese. But you're paying Ghanaian even 1,000, you can't get the money because Ghanaian is relaxed. A Ghanaian only get tough when he's out of this country. But when he's in the country, where you sleep, we eat is okay. So if you are not careful, foreigners will take over this country because every businessman thinks of output. Because you've invested assuming 20 million or even 40 million, you've tried Ghanaians, so many Ghanaians, they come and even have problem with you for employing them. No, that is the reality. You don't know. No. They come and have problem with you. The property is yours, equipment. They're not even bringing a dime. At the end of the day, you even have to look for money to pay them. The person doesn't seem to understand the logic that let me work and prove a point that I can make 10 million or even 1 million Ghana cedis or 1 million, 2 million Ghana cedis, so that if I even need anything, Alhaji can help. The person doesn't understand that. And let me be very honest with you. Most Ghanaians, the people that they hurt, they cheat, they extort, is always their destiny helpers. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's assume that I decide that, okay, BB, come and let's work. Once I decide that BB, come and let's work, destiny has brought our path cross. So what BB has to do is, DB has to open his heart and work so well, because out of 34 million Ghanaians, you are the only person I call that come and let's work. But I realized that once I ask BB that come and let's work, BB still have problem with me because I'm asking for output. I don't know what you're getting me. Yes, your bosses tell you that, oh, you know what, go and bring an invoice. Is that boss that you're going to inflate the invoice to? The person that is to help you. I don't know whether you're getting what I mean. The very closest person that you say, okay, please, take my car and go and buy fuel 2,000. Is that person going to buy the fuel 1,000 and keep the 1,000? Meanwhile, once I continuously ask you to undertake activities for me, and you do it well, constantly, anytime I think of somebody, you come to mind, and it upgrades you. But if you ask most of the successful people, the people that they think they could have worked with, that they gave opportunity to, they are the armed robbers that came to rob them. And that is why we are suffering. I don't know whether you're getting what I mean. That is why we are suffering.
Alhaji, what do you do to relax?
This is a big question.
Do you really have time to relax? What's your ideal kind of relaxation?
At home, I don't go anywhere. In the office, I don't know.
How can he relax?
But you have to explain what is relax. What is relax? Relax like how?
Go to not work. I mean,
some play golf. Some would
play
want
tennis.
to
Some would want to swim.
No.
Some will have to party.
No, I'm always at home. I would have wished I'm able to get good friends of like mind, but it's difficult. You understand me? Because the fact is that to succeed, you need to be in a mix of people that will challenge your thinking. Like I was telling somebody, the mind is always upgraded when you have somebody like mind that thinks in higher frequency. It upgrades your mind. Because talking to you now, at least, even if it's bad or if you've taken something, you understand me? The next time you've taken something, by the time you realize we are just at the same par. That's what they say. If you have 5 fools, you are the 6th fool. If you are the 5 wise men, you are the 6th wise men. But sometimes it's difficult because people have different meaning to things, which doesn't resonate with me. It doesn't resonate. There are certain things that once I don't believe in it, I don't get involved. I also don't want to force people to believe in what I want, because at the end of the day, it's not about what you want, but it's about how you take decisions, evolve, and become the best of yourself.
Have you ever been... Okay.
So you don't really like football?
Yeah, I sometimes watch if it's Ghanaian concept, but I ask myself, put your attachment is something that I don't. You understand me?
Yeah.
I hope you understand attachment. There are people that even, let's say if Ghana loses, they won't eat. Yes. I don't like attachment because our failure is due to attachment. Just detach yourself. Whatever destiny should take its course, and just focus on the bigger picture.
Music. Do you even listen to music?
Yeah, I listen to music.
What kind of music do you listen to?
The olden days music.
Like?
Olden days. Olden days. Titanium, like Amachi the Day. Those are the music. You know, the fact is that what makes us fail is wasting our energy. You always have to put your 5 senses into good use by listening to something that will teach you something. I don't know whether you are getting me. If you listen to the olden days music, there's some sort of spirit message, wisdom. There's some sort of knowledge. It's very rich. But these days music is noise. That is me.
I'm asking about that local part because I realized that all your radio stations are named after the region in which they are in.
Oh.
What was that concept?
Yes. We wanted a name that easily resonates with the people, because the main purpose of the radio is how to change the entirety of the community, society, because it's what they listen to. Eventually, they believe in it. It's just like my manager at Who FM tells me that Who FM has become so accepted that if they one day say people should sleep, they shouldn't go to work, nobody will go. So we felt like, okay, if you say Who FM, Who as a place or as a region supersedes everything, because everybody knows where is Who. So that is the reason why we decided to take regional names for our FM station. And it's not doing bad. It has really helped us, because once you remember the region, you remember the station. Yes. Bernard, yes.
With regards to business and also the live testimonies and nuggets you've shared with us, what will be Alhaji's 5 top nuggets you want to leave with us? With regards to business and regards to lifestyle.
All I will say, 1, you have to keep your focus, because there's nothing called perfection. Nobody is perfect. Don't be scared to try, because it's only out of trial that you gain experience. and become who you want to become. Point number 2, cherish relationship even if you're not making money out of it. Because it's out of relationship that you build to become the biggest person you want to become. Because it's only when people remember you know the sort of person you are that continuously help you to grow. 3, be as positive as possible. Because the negative energy is what drains us. You've not even started what you want to do. You start thinking that, will this thing work? I'm scared it will not work. And once negativity sets in, it means that the energy level is distorted. So distorted. 4, be very disciplined. Discipline means that you should say, okay, I like this, but at this stage of my life, I can't do it, so I won't go for it. Be very disciplined. Be able to hold yourself accountable. Because ask yourself, if I don't do this, will I die? You will not die. 5th one, give back to the poor, the society. Yes, giving back is very, very. Trust me, I can tell you that I've gotten to this level because I give out. And givers never lack. Unless you give with the intention of getting something. But just give for the sake of giving.
We've heard so much, but there's this part I want to touch on. I've heard you talk about cosmos, energy, the universe, religion. Where does religion lie as far as Alhaji is concerned? I've mentioned Alhaji, but where does religion lie with you? You said one thing about don't put too much faith in the churches, and so where does, and especially some of your terminologies, cosmos, energy, where does religion lie with Alhaji?
Okay, I'm a Muslim by birth, and I practice Muslim. But I sincerely don't believe that Christians all go to hell. You understand me? Muslim all will go to heaven. I sincerely don't have that belief. I hope you are getting me. Even though I'm a Muslim, but I'm open-minded Muslim. I'm not the strict type of Muslim that thinks that, okay, once BB is not a Muslim, I won't deal with him. Or once I don't. And I believe that the universe is carved to be even bigger than religion. That is what my belief is. Because the fact is that religion is on earth. It's not earth on religion. I hope you are getting what I mean. So I believe that this universe has been carved in such a way that once you understand the way it operates and you give your best within the confines of the universe blesses you.
Does this universe have angels and demons and what we've been hearing, what we've been reading now, or they are just, you say you have an open mind?
Yes. I believe that demons ourselves. That's what I believe. Yes, because the fact is that, what me and you have called the mind, trust me, is so huge that even your wife or your kid, if your kid is to tell you what I've been thinking of, Daddy, you will shock. If your wife is to tell you what I've been thinking of, you shock. It's the same brain that we're able to manufacture an aircraft that can fly for how many days? Panasonic jets. It's the same mind that is able to manufacture an atomic bomb, a nuclear bomb. I don't know what you're getting me. So if this mind can do all these things, where is the devil coming from? I don't know whether you're getting what I'm meaning. Maybe, or do you understand what I mean? Yes. So the mind can do good, the mind can do bad. So it depends on how you want to use the mind.
The mind is a terrible thing.
Very terrible.
Very terrible.
Yeah.
Mensana.
Yes.
I want to say a big thank you.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything. Yes,
we
yes.
thought it was going to be a normal interview, but this has been a real good chat, full of life nuggets. And
Thank you.
You've done it.
We
couldn't even ask questions.
Thank you so much. And
I like our promises. Can we have this on a yearly? We know if we say
we can always do it. No, we can always do it. We can always do it because, like I said, one reason that made me to also come out is that all these experiences and all this knowledge I have, if I don't bring it out and I die with it, what's the point?
Yeah.
So we can always do it, but just that sometimes you don't want people to twist it, to twist it and come out differently. So I think.
What do you make of our style of interview?
Oh, your style of interview is good, and it's been a style that I always want us to adapt when it comes to business. Because look at it now. We as Ghanaians, instead of collaborating and doing business together, if Bibi is a businessman and I'm a businessman, either bring Bibi down. You understand me? Or either don't buy from Bibi. I hope you are getting me. But at the end of the day, like I said, wealth creation is such that Bibi can become rich, super rich. I can become super rich, and my richness doesn't affect him. So why would I bring my fellow Ghanaian down? So the more you collaborate, the more we share ideas, the more we make the whole thing lovely, very entertaining, and very human. So it's very good. All we do is that we give our best.